Hi guys. So this week I ended up writing a blog post about mothering outside of your own children and how we are mothered by people besides our own mothers. If you want to go and check that out, the link's in my bio. But this helped me realize that Mother's Day is this Sunday. And although I've talked about it with friends and stuff, the day still didn't fully process for me. Like the memories that I had from past Mother's Days and things like that. For those of you who don't know, my mother died back in 2014. And ever since then, I've tried my best to make sure that I work every single Mother's Day. I would buy her flowers, maybe write her a letter, but for the most part, I would avoid it. Ironically, I worked in a restaurant, so you see a bunch of mothers and daughters come in, and for some reason that's really comforting to focus on their current relationships with their mother, opposed to I have a relationship with my mom, but it's not physical in any way. There's no hugs, there's no thank you, or anything like that. So this is my 5th Mother's Day and I can't work at all. So I want to acknowledge that although this is my 5th Mother's Day, there are people going through their first Mother's Day without their moms or the leading woman in their life. And I just would like to give you a reminder that you don't have to look for distractions. You don't have to shut off your phone. You don't have to be really happy. You don't have to pretend like you're okay. You're totally allowed to cry. You're completely allowed to feel these emotions that you're feeling. There's something really interesting about grief, how it can go through a complete cycle, but come back on a specific day. And if you're feeling that pit in your heart, in your chest today, leading up to Mother's Day, I want you to know that your mother would probably want you to honor yourself today and honor your emotions today, and acknowledge where you are in your grieving process and how you feel about her, whether that is pure joy, anger at her or her circumstances, just grief, sadness, sorrow. Acknowledge that and embrace that, because your feelings are valid. And although this day is something super happy for everybody else, it doesn't mean that has to be the case for you. And I think it's important that you also surround yourself with people on Mother's Day that acknowledge where you are at with your emotions, and specifically with this day. But also, if you don't have a mother, but you're at a place in your life where you're ready to not feel so much grief, and I mean not forcing yourself to feel grief, but just like it's just not there anymore, congratulations, that's amazing. And you should also acknowledge that another Mother's Day might be different, and you might grieve on that Mother's Day specifically, and that's okay. But if you're feeling good without your mom this Mother's Day, if you're feeling a warm feeling, if you're still feeling a happy feeling, take this time to thank your mom through a letter, through flowers, through going to her grave. But then also take some time to say thank you to the women that have mothered you, who are not your mother. For me, I know my stepmom immediately comes to my mind. Personally, I don't know if I could have gone through these past 5 years had I not had her by my side. But I also have teachers. I have, coworkers. I have friends. I have friends' moms. Even strangers. To open your heart up to a stranger, to allow them to nourish your soul, is huge. The world alone is a mother to you. And if you want to take a step into a different direction for this Mother's Day, thank them. Thank them for the ways that they have turned you into an amazing grown woman or grown man, and how they've taught you ethics, and how they've taught you to believe in yourself, and how they've taught you to be a better person. Yeah, but there is no better person to honor on this day if you have lost your mother than yourself. Honor your emotions, honor where you're at in your grieving process, honor where you are at in celebrating. You're allowed to open a bottle of champagne today if you want to. You're allowed to buy your mom's favorite cake if you want to. There's no pity in not making this day fun. You don't have to feel guilty for not feeling angry or sad on this day. Feel happy. If that's what you feel happy. Just accommodate where you're at right now. And I think that for any of us who have had mothers that passed, they would want us to do the same thing. They wouldn't want us to enclose ourselves in emotions that aren't true to us, whether that opposite emotion is happiness or sadness. So yeah, happy Mother's Day to you, because truthfully, you have probably mothered a friend, a coworker, a mother in your own unique way. But also happy Mother's Day to any mothers out there. You help guide us as women and as boys to a truer self, to a happier self. And I hope that you feel particularly special on this day, and that you're greeted with love and happiness and smiles. And if you're not, make sure you still honor you, because as a mother, you do a lot. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with the title of woman, much less mother. And I hope that you acknowledge your successes today as well. So, thank you, and God bless.